I was standing in the kitchen when the bank app refreshed, and my balance dropped to zero. Not faded, not delayed. Gone. A kettle screamed behind me. But I didn't turn it off. He just stared at the screen like it might apologize. I didn't cry, felt colder than that. The last message from my sister sat unopened backs. Soon love you, the lies were always polite. We grew up sharing a room, and Sakritsi taught her how to braid hair. She taught me how to keep quiet when things hurt, when my marriage imploded, and I needed help. She showed up with casseroles, and Promisesh moved into the guest room. She learned my passwords the way you learn a language, by listening. When someone is tired, trust is a habit. Wore it every day. The signs were small. A drawer left open. A question asked twice. Her boyfriend lingering in doorways, measuring the house with his eyes. My phone buzzing at odd hours with security alerts I ignored because the kids needed dinner and the dog needed walking and my heart needed a break. Then the undeniable withdrawal receipt time, stamped while I was at my daughter's recital. A transfer confirmation with my sister's initials in the memo, like a signature. Their social media wiped. Clan. The guest room stripped bare, the bed still warm with absence. I sat on the floor, counted my breath. So network control is a muscle. I tightened it. I didn't call the police, not yet. He didn't scream me, didn't text. He made a list. Accounts, documents, scammers. I remembered the favors I'd done, the papers I'd signed, the power of being underestimated. That night, my daughter climbed into bed with me, her small hand finding mine in the dark. Mom, she said, matter of fact, like she was telling me it would rain. Don't worry, handled it. I almost laughed, almost asked what she meant. Instead, I kissed her hair and told her I loved her. Children hear everything, they notice patterns, they repeat truths. Without understanding the weighty, filed her words away like a mat. The plan took shape quietly. First, I froze what I could and documented what I couldn't. Screenshots, logs, data, requested statements. With the patience of a monkey, called my lawyer and spoke like I was ordering coffee. Remembered that the house wasn't just walls, it was evidence. Second, I let them run. People who think they've won get sloppy. They post photos, they brag to friends, they reuse old emails. They don't change habits, they just change address. This I watched from a distance, the way you watch a fire burn itself down. Third, I set a stage. My sister loved certainty. She loved feeling smarter than Meso. I fed her silenciano reactiono. Pursuti let the rumor grow that I was broken, embarrassed, too ashamed to fight. Let her boyfriend think he'd outplayed a woman drowning in divorce. Meanwhile, I moved assets the legal way. I secured my daughter's future with trusts that couldn't be touched. Filed affidavits, gathered witnesses, prepared a timeline so clean it could cut glass. Then the match struck. At school pickup, my daughter tugged my sleeve and whispered, I told Mrs. Grant about Auntie. Mrs. Grant, the PTA treasurer, the same Mrs. Grant, who was also a licensed notary and happened to volunteer with a financial crimes task force. My daughter hadn't accused, she'd simply told the truth. The way children do, about keys used, names heard, nights when Auntie said she was borrowing money. Truth travels fast when it's unafraid. The call came 3 days later. My phone vibrated like it was afraid. He answered on the third ring. My sister was screaming, not crying. Screaming words fell over each other. Frozen accounts, a landlord knocking, a boyfriend who vanished the moment the heat rose. She said my name like it was a curse. She demanded I fix it. I listened. Pictured her the way she always pictured me, helplessly, let her exhaust herself. Then I spoke. I know, I said, know everything. Silence cracked the line. I told her about the affidavits, the timestamps, the witnesses, the footage from my hallway camera. She forgot existed. He told her about the civil filing and the criminal referral. Told her the trust meant my daughter would never feel what I felt staring at that zero. I didn't touch your life, I said calmly. You set it on fire. She begged, she threatened, she promised. Waited for the right second, the space where she finally understood she was small in a story she thought she'd authored. I won't destroy you, I said, I'll let the truth do that. When the call ended, the kettle had long since gone cold. Now, in the quiet after, I don't feel hollowy, feel exact betrayal teaches you where the seams are revenge, when done right. Doesn't make noise, it restores order. My sister thought love made me weak, she forgot love makes me meticulous. My daughter sleeps down the hall, breathing easy tomorrow. I'll make pancakes and sign papers, and keep building a life that can't be emptied by someone who mistook access for ownership. Justice didn't need my anger. It just needed my patience.